Hello, my beautiful and talented people. Thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and booking readings. I know it matters, and I'm really appreciative. Oh, today we're going to ask what will help you remove blockages and connect to the divine. It's kind of a shadow work reading. Um, I've got pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Just figure out which one feels right to you. And while you're figuring that out, I have a giveaway at 5,000 subscribers. So just make sure that you're both subscribed and you comment and you're in the running. Now we're going to move on to our gorgeous pile number 1. Pile number 1, you have the Egyptian bracelets. 46. 46, that adds up to 10. I don't know why I said it out loud, but maybe 10 significant. Maybe 10 is significant. What will help you remove blockages and connect to the divine with 10? That is divine timing, completions, infinite potential, and intention. So, what will help you remove blockages and connect to the divine? You do have a negative cycle that you're dealing with. But you're in a position to end it. There is something that you're holding on that isn't healthy for you. It could be, overindulgent, like you could be holding on to a person, but there's something you are holding on to doesn't that doesn't take care of you. That it's a difficult cycle, and you feel constrained by it. You may choose it out of fear. But you should know, even though this has been tough, it's been painful, you can create an end. The same cycle that has happened over and over again doesn't need to continue to happen. With the Four of Cups, I mean, it's about being, bored, dissatisfied. It can be about not taking the right choice. So, I mean, it's possible that ending this cycle is about making different choices. But or walking away from something that hasn't chosen you. Like, there might be an aspect of choosing rejection as protection in this case, that accepting that maybe you weren't offered something because it's not for you. And when you say not for you, I'm not saying that you don't deserve it. I'm saying that it doesn't deserve you. So with the Queen of Pentacles, are you the Queen of Pentacles? You're actually, I know that things hurt right now, because how can you have the Ten of Swords and the Devil and the Four of Cups without pain? But you're coming into a new paradigm of being really, I heard the term set, like you're going to be set, like you are this steady, stable, reliable person. You are this person who has a lot to give. I just heard, be careful who you're giving it to. Awaken. Yeah, especially say if you're in and out of a relationship, like maybe you're dealing with the same person over and over, or you're going back, and it doesn't have to 100% be about relationships, but some of you it definitely is. Others of you, it's just like, unfortunately, you may need to graduate from some person or something. And that thing is something that's, it's just not for you. You're going to get this awakening regarding that. Knight of Swords. Literally the truth setting you free, moving things forward. And what is going to move forward? I don't do reversals unless I'm told to. Yeah, like you're a being of abundance. You have a lot going on. And it's like you might be still it's like you might be still trying to make something work, but every time you try to make that thing work, you end up with loss. And it's just, instead of a situation in which you're not being given to, like, reciprocation, your needs being met, giving and taking in equal measure. I feel like you really truly need to understand that your needs are absolutely as important as anybody else's. Yeah, that was important. You're not supposed to sacrifice yourself at the altar of other people. Excuse me, at the altar of other people, especially other people that it's not going to matter. It's like sacrificing yourself to save somebody who then walks off a cliff as soon as you're not there. Like, you have a lot of power, you have a lot of value, but you need to awaken to your value, and you definitely need to not accept situations that don't give to you. Get addicted to growth. And again, like, some of you, like, there's some kind of addiction here. Could be to a person, could be to a chemical, it could be to gambling, but whatever it is, instead of being addicted to that gives you whatever short-term joy, like, awaken and get addicted to your actual growth, because your potential is phenomenal. Your potential, you're the empress. You can have everything. Your only limitation is the creativity in which you choose to have it, but, like, you need to choose reciprocal situations. And even if we're not talking about a person and we're talking about a substance, that substance isn't giving as much as it's taking from you. How to remove blockages and connect to the divine. I've only got 2 charms that came out, which usually I get more, but I've got wisdom. And what is wisdom if not knowledge applied? Like, if you know something, you need to do something. And then I have the mask, the no face. I'm not sure if you're hiding it's like I mean, yes, you may be accepting, nothing for somebody. For some of you, that might be the case. But a lot of you, you're hiding your glory and value from yourself. Like, it's almost like you don't know who you are. So your mask might not be intentional. It's just who you are as the Empress, who you are is the Queen of Pentacles. And neither of them have any business in not having their needs fulfilled. That's not who you are. It's like you can have, I mean, you can be wrapped, like you can have these fears that you're wrapped up in, but if you really truly let it go, even if it might be a painful process, what you're going to get out of it is yourself. And for some reason, like I feel a lot of you might have lost a part of yourself, maybe accepting, that, you know, the negativity that you've been given, the lack that's been projected, but that isn't authentic to you. That isn't at your core who you are. That's not who you are. You are the Queen of Pentacles. You are the Empress. And everything should be reciprocal. So I hope that this helps you. If you do want a free reading, I'm giving away 2 as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So just make sure that you're subscribed and you comment and you are in the running for that. Just also want to say thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. It all matters, and I'm really appreciative. We're going to move on to pile number 2, the dragon. I feel so enthusiastic about the dragon today. What will help you remove blockages and connect to the divine? Like, what kind of shadow work do you need to do to get to your next level? The hermit. There's definitely some self evaluation. You might need to find quiet, if only enough for the interior of your mind, because some kind of significant structure in your life has fallen. With the 3 of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. The 3 of Cups, it can't be taking something lightly. I don't know if something was taken lightly and it caused things to fall apart. But there's a need and a call to stability, because whatever fell apart was because he wasn't stable. Because the foundation wasn't good, because there was something that, celebration, reunion, that's all good, but there's something, unfortunately, sometimes there needs to be actual work, like there needs to be, so something fell apart because it wasn't taken seriously enough, and there is a need for internal exploration on your part. That doesn't mean that it's 100% your fault. It just means that you may need to think about what you contributed, even if the only thing you contributed is accepting it. Like, somebody could have not treated you seriously, but you accepted that. And then you may need to consider why. Because what you should know is somebody really, truly didn't have good intentions. Was it you who didn't have good intentions? Were you self-sabotaging yourself? You may have self-sabotaged yourself to some extent. It's possible you even enabled somebody who had bad intentions, maybe even if it's just towards you. With the 7 of Pentacles, it's about patience, investing, waiting. But whatever you were investing in and waiting for, you know, it fell down before it even built up. Like the structure was not sound. There was no payoff, and there was no payoff because whatever happened, there was somebody who was not taking things seriously, and they put roadblocks in the connection. They ran away. Whatever it is, like it could be about a loved one. It could be about a job. But whatever was, there was ill intent. I'm not really seeing the ill intent in your part. I'm not feeling it, but it's almost like you may need to recognize it so you can move on. Like if it really wasn't your fault, you know, yeah, that's it. You need to recognize the truth. And set really proper boundaries against, whether, you know, it could be a job, but like whatever it is, like accepting the truth, even if it's not pleasant, setting boundaries, even if it's, you know, that's what's going to have stability, to just be a place where you're strong enough in yourself, in your worth, that regardless of any emotion involved, they're just things that you don't put up with. If this is a love interest, there is likely cheating involved here. With the Seven of Swords, the Three of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the Tower. Well, whatever it is, like, whatever it is, whether it's person or a situation, this, you need to consider and go inside, because whatever happens, like, there's the benefit of the doubt, and then there's really well earned doubt. And right now, there's you have to look at what fell, look if you contributed anything to it, and just not ever accept something like that again, because you're meant to have love and community and kindness. If this is a love interest, you should know that, you know, you're actually going to get a love in your life that can not only last the test of time, but has this friendship, has this foundation, has this innocence and joy within it. But that all of that's going to come from you building up yourself. And you should know that whatever is going forward, I feel like you're the Nine of Pentacles, you're the King of Swords. Like you need to see bull. If you see bull, you have to call it out, or maybe don't call it out, but just walk away, because whatever it is, it's not for you. And you are going to get new, steady, stable opportunities. You're going to be established. You might be independent. If this is a job, you might even start your own business because of this independence. But the Nine of Pentacles, whatever the Nine of Pentacles is, the Nine of Pentacles is strong, stable, and happy enough with themselves that they don't put up with behavior that's unworthy of them. So the page, I'm almost getting like maybe there has been some kind of gossip. But it's like the knowledge that, you know, it's almost like you don't need to let bad people be your problem. Sure, maybe if you work with them, you can't leave them. If they're if you know if they're a friend, you know, a love, a love, you definitely should leave them. They're because they're not whatever it is you think they are. They're not. Well, we'll help you remove blockages and commit to the divine, connect to the divine. Whatever shadow work you need to do. Compassion. It's not that you can't have these compassion for these people, but you may not want to personalize what they do, and you certainly want to use any losses that you're experiencing right now as a learning tool, so you don't have to deal with those same losses and cycles in the future. And you're definitely smart enough and introspective enough to make that happen and see, how do I make this not be a thing in my life? Your voice and vote matter. And this one came out again, this came out for another person. Get addicted to self growth. Get addicted to growth. So, I mean, your whatever happened, whatever fell down, it happened for you so you can hit that next level of growth, so that while you may still have compassion for the people who may have wronged you, you don't need to continue to stay in the line of fire. And your growth is going to bring better things to you. And your voice matters. And when it says your vote matters, of course your vote matters, but, and, nothing wrong with making sure that you vote, but also we vote with our actions. Like, if we stay with somebody who's hurting us, on some level, to the universe, we voted, this is all right. And I understand if somebody is hurting you, does not mean you well. It's not your fault. That's different. But there is this need for you to say, no, absolutely not. That you care too much about yourself to have somebody or something in your life that just makes your life worse. So you do need to vote with your actions. And you may have to control how you feel. You may have to, you may have to display a lot of emotional control. But being in control of the emotion versus the emotion being in control of you, and being willing to set really strong boundaries about what is absolutely not okay, and then just enthusiastically looking forward to what you can have. I feel like a lot of you, there may be some intimacy needs that you should know, like, you deserve to have these needs met. You deserve to have your intimacy needs met. You deserve to, but I feel like all of this is going to happen from really understanding your value. With the cloud, I'm getting, like, again, that King of Swords vibes. Like, yeah, you could have your head in the clouds, but it's about clarity. It's about, and you are more than you have this capacity. You have this both intellectual capacity and this introspective ability to really look at things and clarify things for yourself. There is going to be some emotional things below the surface. So you're going to have to deal with things on both an intellectual and an emotional level right now. But what it is going to lead you to is just forward. And I feel it's going to lead you to connections that are healthy. Again, never, there's no reason to put up with a bad connection, not when you're not, because, you can have healthy ones. Like, and somebody might be voting with their actions to say, I'm not worthy of you. But know that you will have connections, and you will have, it's almost like this olive branch from the universe. Like, if you're willing to, like, cast your vote in just not choosing, like, just say, no, no, some things are not okay. But I do feel that no is important for you. And while you can do it with compassion, and there is nothing wrong with being a highly compassionate human being, it's time to grow. Not out of compassion, although you can grow out of compassion, but you're not supposed to leave behind compassion. But you are supposed to let things end. Even if you're emotionally attached to them. Not everybody and everything can come along with you on your growth. I mean, they have the choice to, but if they don't choose to do the work, they can't be in the same place. So I want to say thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, booking readings. It all matters, and I really appreciate it. We're going to move on to our gorgeous pile number 3. Pile number 3, my gorgeous and talented shell boxes. I didn't know I was a shell box, and I'm like, I'm glad I could finally tell you. So what will help you remove blockages and connect more to the divine? Any shadow work that you may need to do? Be fearless. You need to release your, like, if you are acting, like, if you are living a significant portion of your life out of fear, there needs to be a different action taken. You may need to take a little bit. I feel like you need to, like, start a different and more steady journey. Take whatever you need to do to heal. But you should know, like, the opportunity. I don't know if you're afraid of, commitment. I feel like it may not be all of you, but some of you, there's a fear of commitment. Like, you should know, like, what you would be moving towards is actually something steady, stable, where both people will hold up their end of the bargain, where you will have a joyful, steady home. I feel like a lot of this is depending on you, instead of living in your fears, being willing to take chances that you've never done before. to really let yourself act on what you care about. Like, it's not like you should be at the mercy of your feelings, but what you care about is where your action should go, where your stability should go. I feel like in your healing process, you're going to have to emotionally walk away from something so that you can put all your energy and effort into something that can really pay off for you. What do you need to emotionally walk away from? What do you need to emotionally walk away from? 5 of Wands. Is this like there's some kind of conflict? It could be internal conflict, especially if you do what it needs to help you remove your blocks, and you kind of need to get out of your way. And specifically, it should be about what you care about, not about what you fear. And again, like if you go towards your heart, you're going to, again, for the people this is romantic, that you're going to find somebody that they're really tender, strong, loving feelings for, that again, there is this harmony and stability. If this is about love and commitment, you're actually going to be loved. You're going to be blessed in love. If this is just about moving towards what you emotionally care about, no matter what it is, it's going to lead to strong friendships. It's going to lead to a happy home. It's going to, like, all of those things are on the table for you. But it's like this is the pile of all you have to fear is fear itself. Like, you literally need to walk away from your fears, because it's almost like your fear is the only thing that is in your way. So you're being asked to be fearless. You're being able to supposed to walk away from fear, the conflict it causes you, so that you can have the necessary healing that you need. But it just feels like you've let these fears get so big. But you can truly move forward. Like, you are going to have it's like you're going to have cooperation and happiness. Like, for those of you this is a love interest, you're going to have somebody that you have a great deal of desire for, but they're going to be somebody who's super desirable, and they're going to be somebody that will always look out for you. But whatever it is, like, there's a lot of energy and effort that needs to be put somewhere in a direction. If this isn't a love interest, it's about you taking agency, being brave, because I assure you, Queen of Wands is brave. Because the Queen of Wands is making their life happen. And instead of being in fear, make your life happen. You can't move mountains, but you sure can climb them. So you may need to be creative with your solutions, but you do have the inspiration and ability to do that. But you also have to be in integrity with yourself. Are you doing what you care about? Are you putting your energy and effort in that direction? Are you being fair to the people in your life? Um, because sometimes if we're just in fear, we may not be considering other people because we're so afraid. But I feel like whatever's happening, there's this huge capacity for growth here, and specifically towards robust functional connections. And I know that there is fear. I know that, you'll be asked, you're being asked to do something different than you've done before. You don't feel confident, but you're going to find clarity. It is going to set you free. Um, but I think that you need to be aware of the emotions underlying the surface. And again, be the master of your emotions, not slave to fear. I've got the cold heart. Again, I feel like if you're so preoccupied by fear, you may not be understanding you know, your impact on other people because you're in fight or flight, you're in you're in the energy of needing to protect yourself. And unfortunately, there doesn't actually have to be a threat if you've gotten to a place where you're so hyper vigilant. And I feel like there is some hypervigilance here that everything seems like a threat. But I'm not going to tell you that they're not, harmful people and other things like that. But you're doing more harm to yourself. So again, it's about coming into your strength and your knowledge that you can be this person who dictates the path of your life. You're not at the mercy of the universe. You're driving things forward with what you put your energy, effort, and passion towards. So know that when you're able to let this fear go, you're going to have a great deal of healing. There's going to be there's a renewed hope that's going to happen within you. And you're going to have the opportunity to have wishes come true. Like it's like it's all things that want to manifest for you. You just need to let it. But if something is healthy, you need to let it grow. It's like be careful you're not tearing up something at the roots that is meant for you to grow, that you're maybe meant to grow with. Because prosperity, it's like it's there for you already. It's already there. Again, right now, the only real blockage that you have in front of you is your fear. And once you're willing and able and courageous enough to move forward, it's like everything that was meant to manifest for you is ready. It's already ready. So I hope that this helped you. If you do want a free reading, I'm giving away 2 as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So just make sure that you're subscribed and you comment. I also want to say thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and booking readings. It all matters, and I'm really appreciative. I'm going to move on to pile number 4. Hello, my gorgeous pile number 4s. What, excuse me, um, what will help you remove blockages and connect to the divine? And what kind of shadow work do you need to do? Cosmic connection. You're already in connection with the divine. And for you, I feel a lot of things are about staying in alignment with love, staying in alignment with strength and peace. With the Queen of Swords, um it's good that you have boundaries, but you may be depersonalizing things a little too much. It's like, again, some person's bad behavior is not necessarily about you, but I feel like there might be a touch too much disengagement. Like, you need to let yourself still have the engagement in the new opportunities that are there for you. And you're being asked to have faith that things are going to work out in your favor. But with the 3 of Wands, and I don't do reversals unless I'm told to. With the 3 of Wands, you have to be looking at the long game. You have to be looking about, this is not about short-term fulfillment, but it is about long-term success. So don't get stuck in the short term. And yes, new, steady, stable, good beginnings are happening for you. The wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. And you need to keep the eye on what it is you want. With the Death, you may have taken some kind of loss. I feel like the losses that you have the losses that you've had have made you have to grow and evolve. You could not stay the person that you were. And you are somebody who's done a great job. Like, again, like, I feel like for this pile, it's spirit reminding you that, those things that you want, that happiness, like, yeah, you've had struggle and pain, but it's all working out. That it's actually everything's, you're already in alignment with the divine, but it's all working out. And I feel like you're feeling a little bit, sometimes you're feeling a little bit combative with yourself, but you're also a little bit combative with the divine itself, because you haven't necessarily seen these things pay off. Uh, and you've done this work and you've, you know, and clarity is coming for you, but right now you're getting a little combative because it's not here now. And that's, I feel like you're not necessarily out of alignment with the divine so much as like you need to occasionally slow your roll, and think the long term versus having results now. I don't think that you're terribly impatient people, but sometimes the big payoff, like a lot of things have already, like you've already gone through a lot of transformation. And unfortunately, that process can be very painful, it can be unpleasant. But that doesn't mean that your big payoff isn't coming. It's just you needed to do that transformation to get that new beginning, to get the wish fulfillment that you deserve. And it's like, so it's like what you're wanting is coming, and I feel like you need to emotionally just kind of walk away from the drama of it. So I feel like with you, it's not like you have real blockages with the divine, but it's like you need to accept that sometimes things take a time to manifest. Those things are still coming, and you don't want to get so lost and angry that what you wanted didn't manifest that you actually slow down your manifestation. Figure out what you can be joyful and enthusiastic about. And if it's not about what you really want to happen, figure something else out. Because, spending that time on something that, that you just have some joy regarding instead of getting really mentally conflicted and angry at the universe, it's going to be a better use of your time. All right, I feel like that one really wants to come out. Transformation. Yes, you underwent a significant transformation. It took a lot of time, and you literally transformed into what you need to be, so the things that you want came to you. And you've spent all this time transforming, and it's like now things can come towards you, and you're already done. You're already angry about it, but like nothing's actually in your way. This life isn't one size fits all. Your experiences aren't going to be like everybody else's. What you came here to do with your life may not be the same, but that doesn't mean that you won't. I feel like no matter what, you're still being asked to take one step at a time forward. Remember all the things that you've already done to make yourself as strong as you are. Except that, yes, you have had some kind of interruption with prosperity, but like that prosperity is still coming. And you're being asked to continue to have vision. So I hope this helps you. If you do want a free reading, I'm giving away 2 since I have 5,000 subscribers. So make sure that you're subscribed and you comment. I also want to say thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and booking readings. It all matters, and I'm really appreciative. Thank you very much.